Hi everyone, my name's Amy and I'm a higher education champion working on the NICO project.
Hi everyone, I'm Nancy. I'm also a higher education champion working on the NICO project.
The NICO project is the Network for East Anglian Collaborative Outreach project designed to inform students about their post-16 and post-18 options, including pathways into higher education. Take Your Place is the programme of activities designed to inform students about their options, including higher education, which we are going to focus on today. There are 4 options available to you after you turn 18. The first is higher education courses, which we're going to focus on today. The second is higher and degree apprenticeships. The third is employment, and the fourth is a gap year.
So what is HE and why go? HE stands for higher education. Higher education is the stage of education you can opt to apply for after your A-levels or BTECs at college.
There are over 300 higher education institutes that you can choose from in the UK and over 45,000 courses to pick from, so you need to do your research. Attend open days and ask questions so that you can get a true idea of what it would be like to study at that university and if it's the right fit for you.
So why go to university? Some jobs require you to have a degree, jobs like being a vet, a nurse, a teacher or a lawyer, and some employers will prefer you to be degree level educated.
University is the first time you get to choose one course that you're interested in studying for at least 3 years. It involves a lot of independent study and you can pick a course that suits your learning style. Some courses, like paramedic science, have a placement where you will learn on the job, which could be better suited to a practical learner, and other courses like English are more coursework based and will involve writing lots of essays. You decide what course you want to study depending on what suits you.
University is the first taste of independence for a lot of young people. It's an opportunity to join clubs and societies and meet new people and make new friends.
Now we are going to move on to student finance. These figures are for this academic year and are subject to change. You can refer to the Student Finance England website for these figures.
Tuition fees are £9,250 per academic year. You must reapply for student finance each academic year. You do not see this money as it goes directly to the university you're attending from student finance once you have enrolled.
The maintenance loan is designed to support students with their living costs, and the amount depends on where you live. It should go towards accommodation, food, transport, uni books and resources, and socialising. It is also means tested, which means it's calculated on your household income. Student finance assumes that if your parents, carers, or guardians earn more, that they will contribute more towards your living costs to help you. A lot of people will get part-time jobs to support them with their costs of living too.
Make sure you look at how much you receive and what you can afford. Your main outgoing over your time at university will be your housing or accommodation costs. Each university will have bands of accommodation based on what this accommodation provides. For example, a double bed with an ensuite might cost £122 per week, whilst a single bed and a shared bathroom may cost £90 per week. Accommodation fees vary per university, and students need to research which option is best for them.
There is some extra support available to some people, and it's best to contact the universities directly to ask if this applies to you.
We are now going to move on to think about what happens after you finish university and what student loan repayments will look like for you. The first thing to remember is this: repayments are based on what you earn and not what you owe.
You will only start paying back 9% per paycheck from your student loan when you earn more than £27,000 the April after you graduate. If your salary falls below this, you stop working or take a career break, then the repayments will stop. And after 30 years, regardless of how much or how little you have paid, it is completely wiped. If you look at the monthly repayments, once you earn £27,000, it's probably less than your monthly phone bill. So the repayments are designed to be manageable.
You can apply through Student Finance England via the gov.uk website by following these steps.
The earlier you register, the easier it is to sort out any missing information. You can apply for student finance from February 2021.
Let's have a look at this in a little more detail. It's a really simple process. Firstly, most full-time and part-time students can apply online to Student Finance England. Secondly, you'll need to set up for a Student Finance online account. Thirdly, you need to log in and complete the online application. Fourth, you'll be asked to include your household income. Your parent or guardian will be asked to confirm these details via email. Fifth, you'll be asked to send in proof of identity, for example, a photocopy of your passport.
UCAS is the platform in which you apply for university, and it stands for the Universities and Colleges Application Service. Here are the important deadlines for your UCAS application. The 15th of October is the deadline for applications for medicine, dentistry, veterinary, and Oxbridge. The 15th of January is for most other courses, although if you're applying for particular art and design courses, the deadline may be the 24th of March, so make sure that you check. You can access a downloadable UCAS timeline document from our website, which will give you more detailed information on the timeline, but these are the key deadline dates that you need to be aware of. You should also be aware that there is a fee for your application. It's £20 for a single choice or £25 for multiple courses and applications after the 30th of June, which are considered to be late applications.
We are now going to go through a whistle-stop tour of how to write a good personal statement.
The first thing to note regarding personal statements is that your personal statement is not unlimited. You must remember that it is 47 lines of text or 4,000 characters, whichever comes first. This is just under an A4 page of size 12 typed text. This is why it's important to do as many drafts as possible, because 47 lines is not a lot of space to talk about why you should be given a place on a course over someone else that has also applied.
Structure is important. You should use the following structure when writing your personal statement. We have a draft template you can use, which is on the Take Your Place website. Your personal statement should include an introduction explaining what you are applying for and why, an in-depth discussion of how your academic interests and why you want to pursue them at degree level, anything you have done outside of school or college that relates to your chosen course, extracurricular activities you do that demonstrate your skills as they relate to your chosen course, and a conclusion that sums up why you want to study that subject at university.
So what universities don't want to see? So please ensure that you spell check and get someone to read through your statement with a fresh pair of eyes. Fresh eyes spot the mistakes. Don't mention one institution, as the other 4 on your application will know that they are not your first choice, and they may decide that you don't want to go with them. You may have your heart set on one university, but after a visit day, you may change your mind. Don't repeat information that is elsewhere in your application. For example, listing your A-levels, as this is already in the academic part of your application. Tell them something new about you. Don't constantly use the word I as a bullet point. Remember, they are looking for a certain level of skills within your writing, so be creative where you can. UCAS has software that checks all other current and past applications. They will find out if you've copied. This is not a scare tactic. It will happen if you copy. There has been one case recently where UCAS found the same personal statement had been submitted 30 times in 1 year. If you are found to be cheating, your application will be cancelled. Also, Don't lie or exaggerate. It is good to cite writers or artists, but if you mention subject-specific things, if you get interviewed, the person sat in front of you will be an expert in that area, and you may jeopardise your chances of getting on the course if they find out that you haven't read books or know much about the subject, as you have mentioned in your statement.
Remember to be expansive and always question if what you are saying is relevant. If it isn't, delete it and add something that will push your statement forward and sell yourself.
Here are some of our final top tips for writing your personal statement. Start your draft early. The earlier you start and the more drafts you do, the more support that you can get with the editing and the less stressed you will feel. You do not have unlimited space. You have 47 lines exactly, so use it wisely. Structure is really important. Make sure you consider that 70% of your statement should be your topic of interest, covering your academic interest and supercurricular activities. And finally, do not use bullet points. When making a point, always elaborate. Tell them why you want to study the course, show them that you are motivated and prepared for a career in your chosen field, and tell them about any relevant experiences.
Please take a moment to read our data protection notice. Your school or college has opted into the project, which means every time we interact with you, we need to record it using your basic information that the school or college supplies us with. If you have any questions, please email the email address at the bottom.
For more information about your post-18 options and access to loads of useful resources to support you with your application, please visit our website. We have the Applications Unlocked programme on our website, which will be particularly helpful for those of you applying for university. It's a 6-part online programme designed to guide students through each step towards making an effective application to university. The course includes a series of podcasts, webinars, and downloadable resources, including a detailed UCAS timeline and a personal statement template to get you started. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you very much for listening, and good luck with your applications to university.